Yesterday was kind of interesting in this way. Um, Dialogue and also notation. I'm I'm nearly walking without a limp. Swelling's gone down quite a bit. I noticed yesterday and seems to be the case today, which is nice. Um, it's not 100%, but it's certainly not pudging and fudging out of my shoe, out of my hiking boot, which is comforting. Um, let's see. Yesterday, after two treatments and five head checks, uh, Minnow and I went to the Kapisic Nature Conservancy Trail right behind the parking lot where I work, and there was a lot of nice, fresh snow on the ground, and it was white, like clean looking. Um, I bring that up for reference because sometimes in winter it can be very dreary, when you got mud and sand and snow, and the trees are barren. But when you've got that new, uh, lovely, uh, fresh, fresh laid snow, um, it's a wonderland. And so there was snow, of course, laid on the trail, and the trees and the bushes and everything. Um, we met, first off, we met a man and his dog. He said, Minnow looks like a deer. And I said, yeah, I know. And then we met a woman and her dog. And she said, Minnow looks like a deer. And I said, yeah, I know. And then we met a man that was walking. And he said Minnow looked like a deer. Like, I know. So we met three people yesterday on Kapisic Trail that all commented the same thing verbatim. Minnow looks like a deer. And I said, yes, I know. uh, let's see. First dog was Mingus. Second dog was Daisy. And the third person didn't have a dog. His name's Roger. He informed me he was 80 years old, that he moved from Harpswell to the Cape so that he could live next to his daughters, he and his wife, and that they really love that. And he made a comment to me like, well, I made a comment like, it's a lovely day to be out. It's not super cold, and uh, the sun is not beguiling, which is another feature I feel in Maine. You can be inside looking out. You see the sun, it's not warm. I call that a beguiling sun. So he said to me, every day is a great day. And I said, thank you. Well, come to find out, Roger's 80. I didn't know that. I didn't know that in terms of here's this lone figure out there trudging through the snow on that trail and loving it. He was the personification of happiness and, dare I say, sunshine. So what I got from the jest and the geist, the spirit of the impression with Roger, I didn't read 80-year-old person, 80-year-old man, where 80 usually thinks, whoa, you're getting up there. It was just a happy personification of someone carrying their light as air weight. And it was really enjoyable. He was very interested in minnow. They looked like a deer, and I picked him up, and he was very interested in all the features, you know. So we looked at Minnow, and Minnow leaned in to look at him, and then he was like, you know, lightly tracing around his delicate feet, and you know, so I told him a bit about Minnow, and I cheer Neko, and he was really fascinated. I would say besides uh, exuding this sort of this transparent happiness, that the other thing was pure presence, you know, which I think is remarkable at any age, for someone to be present. So it was neat. I wished him a nice day, and that we'd probably see him out there again. And he said, yeah, he goes out there often. So apparently, Mingus, Mingus's owner, says, "Ah, I run into him all the time." And then Daisy's owner was saying, "Oh yeah, my dog likes to bark at him." Nice. So Daisy's like as a puppy poodle, black poodle, and I'm like, well, go get to it. So it was kind of fun and charming in a way. So far, I'm staving off my congestion. Zinc tablets, emergency, and the neti pot with salt. So far, so good. Nothing's developed to be full blown, which, you know, especially since I hear the flu is pretty fierce this year. I'm trying to think about the inevitable cornering, uh, the term. Um, Suffice it to say, wouldn't it be ideal not to be uh, angry forever? So I'm looking for a platform, a platform for engagement with with the means that seeked, uh, uh, value, valuing, you know, uh, and that transaction could be beam meet to the measure. Me ask you are. I asked. I asked to tour your ass. um, meet to the measure. Me ass parenthesis KTOURE. AD. Mm, you should probably make that um, REA parentheses ND, because if you're going to tag on, you're adding, and you're adding the direction, even or even. There's something about, well, where to start? You know, it's like, do I have to comment on everything? So I saw Bridget Bardot was like signed some petition in France with like 100 women that they believe that in being clumsily hit on, and I'm like, well, you know, you gotta hello start, okay? I mean start hyphenated, okay? You got a shallow start, and I wonder with who, 2 by 2. Okay, if that video froze, put your hyphens in there. Where your will is ill, hyphenated, as welled. She got a shallow start, okay? She's never earned her money legitimately. And now she's really looking like a feeble old bag, okay? Furthermore, she doesn't even like penis, okay? I believe she partnered with a woman, okay? So it's incredibly, I don't know. I don't know where to go with the shades of gray, okay? I don't know where to go with that. I really don't know where to go with that. I don't like penis, but you can clumsily hit on me because that's how I fucking make my money for no reason. Thief end. So I can go and love animals. But if I actually cured the subclimate and the subprime moneylender to be honest in your tin tine as thine hind, maybe you wouldn't have to feign a fucking love for animals above the people that don't care enough. I'll be right back. Hello. There you go. I'm saying this emotion is like, I don't know. I'm not usually a person to say a whole lot of I don't know, but you know, the banter, it leaves me mystified in its direction. And the only thing I could trace it to is you got your tin and tine and thine, and that's who you're talking to. Okay? So I see that as she got a shallow start, and that start is star-t, and that's who she's speaking to, and she's never given an honest fuck, actually, not even to a fucking woman, okay? So knock it off, okay? Because you're not knocking it off, zero to territorial force. You're not doing that. You're standing on Doft. You're standing on Doft, stupid, that gets paid to assay, to test the metal of everyone through the Tao and through the law that gives Doft, stupid, an ID and sustainability as a primary mover to assay with Doft that Doft is necessary under the guise of the law, under the lineage of the male God and Jesus Christ. Which none of you are there. You're not the heir in the law, -t, okay? To be beef, be fair square, okay? So start looking, I would suggest, as your guest. And the guest sustainably guessed the stead as the head, hie-ven, dime, by design. So if you want to question the tin and tine in mine, my imagination, you have no part of my creation. Doft, stupid, can't proclaim. He gave. That he fucked, that he gave an honest nail to the bed that behaved. Bed, behave, didn't happen. Pen, didn't happen. I had more notes on Bridget Bardot. Let's see. Yes. FedEx might be knocking. I don't know. So I'm waiting, kind of. Those looking pensively. Bridget. Bardot. What she's famous for is getting in front of you men, -d, and letting you look at her for no reason, thiefend. And that's who she's having a conversation. Dob, D-O-B, date of birth, put some hyphens in that. Obviously, sell the lie, sell your L, your L, your love as your I, and thus your ID to comment on. You're not really the value to be here, nor the hair, okay? Nor the square. Okay, to be talking fair, you get paid for no reason. Defend. Popular today. Hello.
Hello, this is Heather at Account Services, and we're calling in reference to your current credit card accounts. There's no problems currently with your account.
This is very exciting.
It is urgent, however,
because I don't have a credit card. Let me just block that fucking phone number. Oh, joy. I am so fucking glad I pay the price of a car for a phone so I can use it to block fucking phone numbers that aren't even the real phone number. Because if I call them back, I'm going to get someone like, hello? And I'm like, you just called me. And they'll say, no, I didn't. And I'm like, I know you didn't because this happens all the time. I'll call you back and they're putting fake phone numbers in, local ones, so people pick up and listen to the advertisements. So you can't call, you can't sign up to not be called on the do not call registry. Basically, my phone's being held hostage for anything other than I want it to be AD, okay? And I take that straight back to Mac, okay? You keep pushing the invention, and drop kicking the users who have bought into your technology to connect virtually, but you're not there, okay? To be fair, you're not there. So now you're forcing protection, password protection, and all this bias, -K-T, okay? For no reason thief, and go straight back into your pocket to make more things at your Genius Bar, okay? Where no one's actually conducting one-on-one. Bring a real ID first, and before you start mass producing product. That's a hyphenated zero, where zero is always in question. The question comfortably for your sustainability for no reason thiefing is, I don't know, because I don't want to. Okay? Mac, Crapple, it's not a value maker, it's not a value lender, and it's not making anyone aware. D-O-W-A-R-E-A-D. With VC, WC, your isn't that what you call it in Europe? Your bathroom. With where, as with C, care. So if you're upset, you're not peevin' even. I'm demonstrating that. If you're peevin' even, you understand being in my shoes, okay? Bridget Bardot. Obviously, it just takes one. Okay. That one is in quotations to illustrate it's not exactly what it appears. It's a shill and a hill and a sill. And put some hyphens in that. Shill. You're hawking. Sill, the ledge in the ocean. fucking emotions for no reason thiefend as your own. Dome and do me, okay? Hyphenated. To the town, to the head, to the Tao as your own, okay? Obviously, it just takes one. I wrote this at night in the dark, so I'm like, two, to get the head off to the temple, your temple and temple. Think of vertical, think of spiritual, O-L-E, folk. Temple and temple. Your pole has a 0 with hyphens around it, okay? You're not actually syncing one-on-one to be aware. You're speaking as you seat into the tin as a thing to cause a stare that you are there, and I'm saying you're not there. And you're not honestly here, okay? I invite you to turn yourself in at any time you want to. Okay? So you're causing a stare that obviously it takes just one to give the vet it that he adopt to the temple and temple led, pledged, and doffed debt I eat at again. Hyphen D. When you gain in the direction, you add. Okay, so know that the person who's having the last say is the fucking direction. Okay? Understand the dynamics, then the compulsion to pip and prig height in. Well, I say you've not well laid day. E-I-D. The couple pled and legged, doffed, stupid, to get a lot, low, hyphen T. You're existing on borrowed time and thine, hind, which is you're eating doffed, okay? You're eating stupid to get toffed, rich, for no reason thiefend. There was a pertinent conversation yesterday at the clinic. It's probably refreshing on both sides, where I get a client that pays intense attention and I deliver the goods. Meaning they ask a question and I inform them. And I keep rounding it out so they get the value of my experience of what I can offer. And well, we talked about many things. The woman is a scientist in the ocean, specifically plastic. We had a small conversation. It doesn't go away, although it shrinks in size. And I try to ask why. Is it like, shards of glass, when they get tumbled and rolled around, then sea glass gets kind of smaller and smoother? And she said, no, it's not exactly that way, and it's also a new branch of study. It's still new, it's still young. But she says the light has something to do with, it doesn't actually break the plastic, but it deteriorates it so that it might shatter. But it doesn't, as best as she can inform me, it didn't go away. We talked about many things. Because we could. And I'd ask her a question. Then, well, I'm doing her treatment, you know, about her branch, her study, her work, and at some point, I don't know exactly how we got there. Oftentimes, people will thank me for informing them. It's its sheer weight is exertion in terms of uh, the expression of energy. It's sometimes I come back and I'm tired, you know, because it's being present is effortful, okay? And contribution is a privilege. And to segue here, you've got the rich, thief-end, fooling you that it's their right to endow virtue. They're not doing it, okay? If anything, they're just staging the complex. Put some hyphens in calm, -p, -le, -x, where lex is law, okay? You made your money by a gun, and using that as your conversation by extension to be hyphenated all around the world. So you're actually standing on women as the omen and the home end that have no sustainability among you Jews that glued, hyphenated with wed, dow, to ask, are you the screw? Yes, you skewed, -d. Yes, doffed, when you ask doff stupid that is paid to be sustainable by dowing with war, -t, again, with the ag, okay, that sanction that, what do you think you're going to get? Doft gets to lead as the prime mover, and say war is necessary. So all you men are frame and doft, okay? You're doing your par, -t. You're doing your part, and it's hyphenated. And you can't gather any love from that. Nor nobility. We talked about you're not creating zero in innocence and reflection. Anything you add to it is thief-end. I spoke with the woman yesterday about, she asked if we were busy, like all the time. I expressed that winter during holidays, not so much. We usually get a bump around in January when the kids go back to school, and then we'll be in, we'll be busy 24/7 in summer. Due to the camps that we have here and in New Hampshire and Maine, because there's a lot of land and a lot of lakes, a lot of water. There are also international camps, and we learn that not all countries manage lice the same. Some countries manage lice by living with it. And I'll go to a camp and there'll be 500 head checks and a couple dozen treatments, and I stand in one place. And then there's tourists that come to Maine, and they don't want to take their bugs back. So summer's very busy. I always express how you can treat for lice on your own with dimethicone. And I guess her question was more like, do I come to work and like, or do I come to work at a certain time, like regular hours, or is it by appointment? I said it's by appointment. I said I don't come to work and wait for people to have lice. And and I think I recall she resonated with that, kind of like, yeah, that'd be funny, right? And I said, yeah, I have no pride in providing for lice, okay? There's no pride in being the lice lady forever, okay? So I do my best to inform, and my appointments are very much rise to the occasion. For me, what I took from that conversation was to understand there's no pride in lying in wait, okay? Waiting for Jesus on the same pate and plate, okay? And pat, my lat, my back, hyphenated. Nope. Contextually, there's no innocence in your marketplace thiefin that's standing on doff to dow with wart again, that your ag made him the primary mover so he gets his money right back into his B-AG. Okay? Bag and tag. Okay. He's gonna bet there's gonna be doffed because he passé doffed, okay? To get it back in hyphenated black. Okay? And tin-tie thine, okay? There is your sexual discrimination right there. That your man, for no reason thiefand, gets to masquerade as the inherent value producer without one of you being the heir right here, and yet you will not allow a woman, okay, to speak in absentia for your hair that is not here, that you're speaking for, that you adore and you are the amour, and the reason why you speak for it is so you get the love, but you're not bringing the goods, okay? There, in essence, is your sexual discrimination, okay? And by extension, if you want to keep adding hyphenated song and dong, it's harassment. It's not your first thirst move to make when you do not hire the grace, okay, to assay as ass paid, spade, you laid the value, okay, that you would tread your bread on, okay, trial balance, hie-ven head, okay. To assay, ass stayed, okay. You want a part of value, you need to bring it. And when you bring GI, your gastrointestine, you bring GT. To guilt is to put gold on something, and Gran Turismo, tour it around the world. GT, G parentheses TIT. Bring it, bring tit. Bring it to the tit. Okay.